Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the newest episode. Maybe the best episode ever. Just because it's the
Really?
newest.
Okay.
The more we do it, the better we get. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you. Well, we're off to a great start. I got a Bowie in my arms. Pretty cool.
Yeah, but this is the newest episode of Avillion and Brayden Talks. And I got something here today. Now, you'll notice it's a little different.
I gotta get me some.
You'll notice it's a little different.
It is a little different. He looking a little shorter. He looking a little blacker.
He's about the same height as these previous ones have been.
Okay, you usually drink the minis?
I had minis the last couple times.
Oh, that's true. You've had that's true because the crack ain't sound as good. That's right.
I disagree. The crack sounded the same to me.
Oh, it still sounds good. It's not quite as great as the.
We're going zero sugar. Trying to cut back a little bit on calories. I know they're not. I know these still aren't necessary. I know these still aren't healthy, but won't be in frame. But let's get a
little carcinogen never hurt anybody. But
here we go. How was that?
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know how it is with the new mic. We'll have to see.
The ASMR isn't quite there as it was with the previous one, but but also that could just be maybe it wasn't as crisp in general. Might not be the mic's fault totally.
The handling was a little different because I was having to get used to actively hold the mic. Hopefully, well, I'll get into that in a second. We'll get into that when we get to me. But we're starting off with you as always when the guest is here. This is my co-host who's always on these episodes,
Hello.
Mr. Avillion from Avillion Talks. Jacob, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I've been donating plasma since the last episode. I've been forgetting to upload the video since the last episode. Granted, some of that was I knew I wasn't gonna upload it Tuesday because I was donating plasma for the first time. I didn't get home until 8:30. I didn't even shower that night. Right.
Gross.
Whatever. So, and then I was gonna upload it Wednesday, but I went to the movies on Wednesday. With some friends. Maybe it was Thursday. I don't remember. Maybe I just forgot Wednesday. I don't know. It was one of them 2 days. No. Wednesday I went to the movies. Thursday I got home, took a nap straight away, didn't wake up till 11:30, and then like an hour later went to my girlfriend's house. So I was actually busy the whole weekend as well. And then Sunday night I'm like, fuck. I haven't uploaded the damn video. So I texted you real quick for the thumbnail, and then I got the video posted. But anywho, hi, we're recording this a whopping 3 days after the last video was uploaded. And we're recording on a Wednesday because my Tuesdays are a little occupied right now with the plasma donations. And that'll be July 2nd is the last Tuesday I'll do it. After the first month, I'm just going to do it once a week. I'm going to do it every Thursday, I think. Because after the first month, the amount of money they give you goes down. So I probably won't do it because I'm trying to jam those 8 days in the first 30 days. But after the fact, I think I'll just do it, once a week, just on Thursdays or whatever. Then it won't interrupt our schedule, and it'll be easy for me to maintain because it's just straight after work. I go straight there, and it's $40 every time after that. It's basically a tank of gas. Well, not quite, but most of a tank of gas. It's like 3/4.
What's Florida running at right now for gas? Your area?
It just now finally went down again. It was hovering at 340, 330, 350, 360. Now it's at 319, 309. Okay. So it went back down. Just now went back down. Okay. But
the area that I work at, I've never seen gas stations so close together vary so much in price.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous how and I know they make money mostly based off the convenience aspect of it, not the gas. It's usually the inside. That's where they make the most of their money. But if I see a gas station with a 20-cent difference and they're right next to each other, never in a million years am I even going to stop for snacks at the one with 20 cents more on gas out of principle. Right. Unless it's Wawa or some shit, unless it's one of them kind of gas stations.
You have to have a crazy reputation. For
if I see a Buc-ee's next to a Shell and the Buc-ee's is 20 cents more expensive, I'm still going to the Buc-ee's because I'm not going to Buc-ee's for gas. I'm going to Buc-ee's for.
If they're right next to each other, right. I'll fill up at the cheaper one and just.
I'll fill up at the Shell, but I mean even if I don't need gas, if I see two just generic gas stations with the same shit inside right next to each other. Out of pure principle, I'm not buying snacks at the one that's $3.30 when there's one $3.10 right next to it. I'm shopping at the $3.10, right? Like,
I feel you.
no, fuck you for being so expensive. I'm not shopping there. I'm not promoting this bullshit. So that's just me, though. Most people probably don't give a shit. I totally get that. So, anywho, I got sidetracked, but I'm doing very well and very, very happy, very pleased, and living, just living.
Nice.
How about you, sir? What's going on?
I feel like I actually have like multiple stories for today. Usually I'm like, do I have anything? Is anything going on? Today I got a couple of things I want to talk about. And
I actually did have one more. I actually did have a story. It's like, I'm so sorry.
Go off.
Not like a story. I did see No Way Home in theaters again with some friends of mine because it was in theaters at the AMC. I don't know if it was like every AMC or if it was just like this one here. I don't know if it was like a whole thing. But still an unmatched theater experience. Still one of the greatest theatrical like releases of all time in terms of like specifically designed for the theater. You could tell like if you watch the movie on its own, it's very different. But in the cinema, that movie is incredible, and my cat's trying to eat something. But anywho, yeah, I had a good time with them. We're all getting sushi on Thursday this week as well. So tomorrow, we're getting sushi tomorrow. But that's all from me, sir. Go ahead.
So I'll start off with something that, if you've really been paying attention in the pod, maybe you're hearing a difference, maybe you're seeing the difference. I have a new mic.
He does.
That old mic was okay. Every now and then it would give me some troubles. This is like a standard. Once I looked at this one and saw that I bought it, when I would either see clips on TikTok or listen to a certain podcast, I was like, oh, this is the mic that they're using. But anyways, I got a new mic. I have an audio interface over here on the side.
There's a cat behind my monitor.
I now have I now have this audio interface on the side now where we're up in quality. And now playing around with levels and getting the audio actually right to where I'm utilizing that quality might take a little bit of time, but we're getting there. We're upgrading. But one thing that didn't upgrade, so I had mentioned before that my old mic stand exploded on me randomly.
Yes, that's true.
So I bought a new one. And I bought like the one that was this company, the same company as the mics. I bought their mic stand.
Yeah.
And I was setting it up, and it fucking sucked. It sucked. It didn't want to move. It wanted to like just be completely. It wanted you to set it in one spot and then not touch it. Not how I want my mic stand to be. And
no, it needs to be flexible.
And even the one position I would want it to stay in, it couldn't get into.
Oh, brother.
And it would fight me anytime I did move it, like even just to set it, it would still fight me. It had like. It wasn't like the springs like this old one was. I don't know what's going on inside of it, but I would try to set it somewhere, and no joke, it didn't break anything, but it flung itself into my wall one time when I was trying to set it up. It was like, I kept yelling. I was genuinely getting pissed off at this fucking mic stand, and I was yelling at it. I was like, why are you fucking fighting me? Move!
Jesus
what are you
Christ.
doing? And as I'm twisting, because there's little knobs as you're twisting, I can see it's already coming undone at the bottom knob. It's like already splitting open. And I'm like, okay, this thing fucking sucks. It sucks. So right now I have no mic stand or mic arm. I will be buying one probably next time I get paid. But in the meantime, I'm a mic holding man. But that was very fucking annoying.
Okay. Sorry, cat got a little spastic.
But as we see one loving animal, something else happened with animals recently in my family. I sent pictures of this. So I come home from work one day, and my mom gives me this weird look. Like she's going to say something, but like she's gearing up. She's going to grab something. And I'm like, I couldn't tell what the look was. It's not one, it's like, okay, so she's not really mad at me, but I don't know what this is. At first, I thought I did something that slightly annoyed her that she wasn't taking seriously, but she was still going to, like, get on to me about. That's what I assumed. And then I look over, and she pulls up a puppy that's, like, this small. Like, just perfectly fits in the size of your hand. And I was like...
Just spawned in.
I was like, what? Because there's the big laundry basket on the kitchen counter. I was like, what the... And I see there's a bunch of towels in it. I'm like, what the fuck? I walk over. 3 of these puppies are just sitting in this basket. And they're the cutest little guys. And girl. My dad was taking our dogs for a walk, and then down the street here, I know I have a video up on her, and maybe I've mentioned her on the pod before, but this dog Natasha that now lives with us, I also found down there. These puppies were just dumped at the end of the street down there, which is also how we got that other dog. This down here at the end of the street here, bad things are going down.
Yeah.
Bad
Lots
things
of
are
dogs
going down.
being not
That is, it's 5 total dogs because one dog had already been, because there was 3 when I got there, but there was 4 total when they found him. One dog had already been like claimed. Somebody went and came and picked her up.
Yeah.
Because my mom like posted on Facebook about the dogs and had a bunch of people claiming the dogs, and then came and got them.
Yeah.
Placing dibs. It might be a better wording because claiming sounds like, oh, those were mine, but they were placing dibs on the dogs. Yeah. So gave those dogs out, but just randomly, I come home, several puppies. I definitely had another story, but this morning. This morning was annoying as fuck for me.
Do tell.
Wake up, everything's normal. I'm getting ready to go to work. It's 5-something a.m. Actually, probably by the time I get to my car, it's like 6:01 a.m., 6:02 a.m., maybe even 6:05. Anyways, early, right? Because I'm a working man. I'm a blue-collar boy.
Hell yeah, brother.
These hands are calloused for a reason. But try to start my car, dead.
Oh.
It's dead. I'm like,
that's not good.
Fuck, dude. I already was like a tad bit late. Enough to where I know I would still get to work on time, but it's like the full comfort buffer wasn't quite there.
Yeah.
So I go, but my sister's car was still here. So I was like, okay, because she's starting to nanny, so she's supposed to be leaving before me. But I saw her car there, and I was like, maybe they don't need her today, because that already happened one time, where she was gonna leave, and then they were like, oh, actually, we don't need you today, so she stayed home. So I go upstairs, and I wake her up. She's just out of it still. What? But I'm like, are you going anywhere? And she's like, not till later. And I'm like, my car won't start. And she just, she offers me her car. Shout out to little sis. Love little sister.
Little sis.
Been my favorite family member for a while now.
That is so real.
Stays true.
Shout out little sister's favorite family member easily. Gotta be.
Yeah, I don't know.
Be.
What's the age gap?
I love my mom. I love everybody else. My little sister is my favorite family member. I'll say that with my chest.
Here, I'll finish my story and then we can talk about sisters because I got some questions for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
But anyways, so I take her car, and as I'm driving to work, I was like, fuck, I keep my work boots in my car because I don't like driving my car in my work boots. I put on my tennis shoes.
It's too heavy.
Yeah, and I'm already like completely used to tennis shoes. But anyways, if I could, obviously, if I needed to, but I prefer not to, so I don't. But as I'm driving, I was like, fuck, I forgot my work boots. I am required to have those to work. So I get to work.
Fucking cat, man.
This cat's on one.
He's orange today.
He's oranging. But I get to work. We have like a meeting usually in the beginning. So I sit through it. And then once I'm done, usually I work with this one guy, but he's off for vacation early for Father's Day. He's going somewhere with his family. So I get paired up with this other guy who I've worked with before. And I'm like, hey, gotta run home real quick. Left my work boots. And he's like, okay, run.
Is this the guy from the story?
No, this is not that. This is not that guy. That guy asked me.
If I was rich, I'd be doing the same shit.
Anyways,
that guy asked you to what?
He was just like, yeah, okay, yeah, just be quick, pick up tacos.
No. You were gonna say that guy asked you to do something.
He asked me to like run, like just or whatever.
Oh, okay. No, I meant like the other guy.
He asked me to spot him pretty frequently in the gym, which I do. It's just, I don't know, it's one of those things where it's like you haven't done anything, but I can't look at you the same.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think saying some weird shit is plenty.
Oh no, I mean like it is. I just mean like there's no one for me to contact because it's just like.
Right. You can't like report this like he thinks it's okay that Drake was talking to a 17-year-old because like you're not gonna fire somebody over that, but it's just like, it's a.
Like I said, spot. I haven't looked at him the same since.
Yeah.
But anyways. Drive home, get my work boots, drive all the way back. And the rest of the day was normal. I filled up my sister's car for her, came back home. But hectic. Oh, and then I will tease this. This is This will end up being brought up on what we've been on. But since I'm not on it yet, I will be on it. I'm going to bring it up now. Something came in the mail right before we recorded. I had to leave for a second to move cars around, but I also apparently had a package.
Yep. It was me. I came in the mail. That's the mail. Well, on his screen, I think it's here.
But what did come is the first ever Spider-Man video game.
Hello.
I got an Atari 2600 Plus or whatever. It's all set up. I tested it. It works. But now, this Saturday, noon, my Spider-Man video is going up. I might leave it up for an hour or two, and then I'm hopping on a live stream playing this game. We will be playing through every single Spider-Man game ever made. Do I promise to play all of them in original forms? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'll look into it. I'll take a peek at each one to see what it cost. Because I could look at an investment as well in terms of getting certain systems, because it could help out with the channel in terms of game stuff, especially because history of certain property video games might be something I want to keep doing. I've thought about Transformers. Batman would be the other superhero I'd probably do. Even smaller things like just all the Ben 10 games that have been out. But anyways, I'll look into it. But yeah, this one, the first one I did, I was like, I do have to play this one on original form. After that, will probably be some emulators in there, but we're gonna play through them all on this channel here. But yeah, so look forward to that this Saturday. But that is everything for me.
Gotcha.
Sisters, right? I almost forgot I wanted to come back to that. What's the age gap between you and your sister?
5 years and 10 months to the day.
Okay, so you guys definitely have a different vibe than me and my little sister, because it's a 2-year difference. I've said this before. I was like, we give sometimes, because especially as we've gotten older and gotten closer, and we're on the same page about more things. I was like, we give off more twin energy than even normal siblings.
Yeah.
Fraternal twin energy, obviously. But yeah, because we're 2 years apart. Growing up, hated each other. I mean, like, so genuinely hated each other.
Yep.
But now that's twin.
I caught him.
I got him.
I got him. Meow. Meow. You hear him?
No.
I'm talking back to him, but
no.
Hi. I'm being a turd.
Yeah.
Sorry. Hey, proceed.
That's pretty much it from my side. I was just gonna say, given the size of the gap, because I've never had to. It's never was like, because I guess I always, to some extent, even if I didn't want to admit it as a kid, she was more of a peer than like quite with the stereotypical older brother younger sister dynamic. So I never quite felt like older protective brother, but a 5-year gap, almost 6 it sounded like.
Yeah.
It sounds like you could have a very different experience than I had in terms of that.
I'm actually much better than the rest of my family at acknowledging the fact that she's getting older, I would say. But
yeah,
sometimes
I guess
it's hard because she's the youngest, so it's like in everybody's head, it's like, no, you're a child. But then I'm thinking like, oh, she's 15 now. Like she's not like I remember when I was 15. Like you know what I mean? I remember what that was like. Like
I remember when I was looking at the internet.
She's not 8 anymore. You know what I mean? Like she's not like a baby. She's, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't know. I love the person my sister's growing into. I'm like I also my sister and I had hated each. Well, it was mostly I was definitely jealous of the attention that she got when she was born. So I think I even told my mom at some point like, okay, you can take her back now. Like, but I don't know. I was like 5 going on 6, but over the last like few years, you know, that changed a lot. I have a very good relationship with my sister. I love my sister. She's my best friend, and I would do anything for that girl. And she is, what do you call it, the primary beneficiary of my life insurance. If I die today, she gets 75% of it.
Wow.
So I don't have a will yet. I should get a will. She's getting like half my shit if I get a will. But yeah, she gets 75% of my life insurance.
Nice.
Yep. Big fan of my sister. Big fan of his cat as well. He's a little crazy, but as you can see.
And then for my other sister, my older sister, I married her.
Yeah.
We're not as close, but I did marry her.
You were the.
I married her.
You were the.
I was the officiant.
You were?
Yeah.
I didn't even know you had the capacity to do that.
Well,
That's awesome.
I got ordained online.
I didn't. That's badass.
When they first said that they got engaged, her and her now husband, who cool with, that's bro. Yeah. Anytime he comes around, I was like, oh, let me do it. Let me do that. And they were like, okay, yeah, that'd be cool. And then closer it got, the more I was like, oh, this was a terrible fucking idea. This was such a bad idea. I shouldn't fucking do this. Couldn't back out though. It was a little too close.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, why did I say I would do this?
Why are you eating a glass?
It was, without a doubt, the most nervous I'd ever been in my entire life. You
do have a public speaking fear. I know we've talked about that at length.
Yeah. I mean, I just have I don't like to self-diagnose, but it's like social anxiety to a degree at least.
Yeah.
It's public speaking especially, like, no fucking thank you. And the thing is, his side of the family significantly smaller than ours was, and ours was a small wedding. It's not like we have some massive family, but he just had a couple of people there on his side, so it's mostly my family, and I'm still like so fucking nervous. And then the wedding happens, and as she starts walking down the aisle, I was like, oh fuck, and I start like tearing up, and I pretty much am just crying through the whole thing. I thought, like, okay, I'll cry whenever they start to cry. Nope, I start off the crying. I don't even think he really cried. She might have wiped a tear or two away, but I was definitely the one crying the most. And I was having to talk the most, which didn't help. But yeah, that was not fun. And then my other sister, I looked at her and I was like, "Love ya. I'm not doing that for you. I'm not doing this again."
Damn.
And she was like, I understand.
That's tragic.
I was like,
that's tragic.
We told each other we would just be each other's witnesses at the courthouse.
That sounds good to me. Bowie, why are you orange? Why are you orange? He doesn't know.
I love marriage, but I fucking hate the idea of me having my own wedding.
Bowie, I'm kind of with you on that one. Not necessarily that I don't want. I'm excited for my wedding. I just have no idea what I want it to be at this point. Still,
for me,
I don't know if I want to virtually nobody there or if I want everybody there. Right? Because I'd feel like shit if I didn't have anybody there. But also, like, I don't want a big wedding. Like, I don't want like my entire family tree and her entire family tree.
If I'm not at your wedding,
you know what I mean? Yo, you're gonna be there.
We got problems if I'm not there.
As long as friends are welcome, you are there. I promise you. Like, no shot. You wouldn't be invited. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'd rather shoot myself than have to pick a best man between like you and Gabe and my friend Devin and my friend John.
Hey, best men give speeches. You can take me out, brother.
Never mind.
You'll be no offense to it.
You have a spot reserved as a groomsman.
I'll stand up there as a groomsman, but best men give speeches. There will be absolutely zero hard feelings if you don't pick me.
Now that you mentioned best men give speeches, it's Devin. I've already decided. It's my friend Devin. Yeah. I know damn well.
Well, I mean, best men don't have to be the only one.
I gotta call him after we're done. But I'm just saying, if there's one guy I could count on to give me to be my hype man at my wedding, it's him. Yeah. So
just know it won't cause any drama between me and you. It'll be glad I'm here, brother.
Perfect, because I don't think you or Gabe or John or even some of my other best friends would be really wanting to be giving a speech like that. But Devin, he'd fucking do it. I gotta call him. And let him know he's gonna be the best man at my wedding because he's the only person I trust to give a speech.
Just as a heads up, brother.
Yeah. Hey man, give me like 4 years from now, you're gonna.
I've thought about it, and I'm like, I really don't know who I'd pick as my best man.
You got options. You got options.
Do I?
You got a couple. You got me and Gabe at the very least.
I got you two, and I got my boy Richard.
Yep.
I'm just like, I don't know. When I hear about best men, it's like, I don't know. I feel like I'm like, am I close enough with anybody truly?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know if I am.
I get that.
If this podcast keeps going on and we keep opening up the way we have been on it, decision might be made.
I'll drink to that for sure. But yeah, I gotta come see you. I gotta swing by, man. I gotta swing by.
Pull up.
If I had some PTO, I'd do it like this weekend.
Shit, I'd be sick. Yeah. Because then we could.
I could afford a plane ticket. I just don't have any PTO.
Disappointing.
Yep.
I'll go down there. I'll go down to Florida at some point.
I know Gabe's coming down before the year's over, allegedly. So.
Gabe wants to get with me on that. We can coordinate a little something. Try to pull up around the same time.
Yeah, that's fine with me. Shoot, where were we at? What were we talking about? Sisters, and then we talked about wedding, and then we talked about.
I think we're down to get into the.
I'm gonna say, yeah, I know you do have the Mavs game to get to.
Yeah. That was the other thing I was thinking about mentioning.
The current state.
I'll talk about that with what we've been on because that's what I was on. I was watching that, so I'll talk about.
I can't wait to get to what I've been on, but so. Do you want to tell the good folks what we've decided to do for our meat and potatoes segment this week? I think
I don't want to do this every week, and then every other week it would only be on one person's channel, which isn't fair. But we'll find a formula of when to do these. But we're gonna start doing top 10 positional rankings in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
We're starting off with one that made headlines last time we recorded, with Justin Jefferson getting paid as much as he did. Highest paid non-quarterback. Highest paid wide receiver, obviously. Fully agree. So we've decided to start it off with wide receiver. Probably the most fun position to talk about in
it's
terms
one that
of
you and I
rankings.
Talk about pretty much every week.
And I think it's the most fun to talk about because quarterback gets to a level of toxicity.
Quarterback conversation gets disrespectful. Yeah,
always.
Because and it's never fair. It's always because somebody is way too high on a guy or somebody's way too low on a guy, but they always justify it and it always makes sense, but somebody else just doesn't fucking like it. Now, granted, sometimes, I shouldn't say it always makes sense. Some people are ridiculous. I saw somebody say yesterday they could argue Trevor Lawrence is high as number 2. You are smoking something good.
Stay off of Jags fan pages, brother, please.
It wasn't a Jags fan page, though. It wasn't a I don't even think Jags fans.
It is now. It is now. It is now.
It may as well be if you're arguing Trevor Lawrence top 2 and can't keep him out of the top 5. Are you kidding me? All right. Anywho,
they're just like, bro, he was so good at Clemson. It's like he's not in Clemson anymore.
He was generational, man. I mean, I still really like Trevor Lawrence. I still have a ton of belief in Trevor. I mean, that's. Uh-oh.
Porzingis is out for Game 3. The door's opening.
It's because you hung the jersey upside down.
That did the opposite. That fucking jinxed the fuck out of us because he went.
Well, not until he got hurt.
Well, because I only did it the one game, and that was the game he went fucking crazy. Because he did crazy in the first half, and I went, oh, let's turn this back around.
Yeah.
It's too late. It's too late by that point.
Too late, yeah.
But yeah.
Yep.
So I figured we'd go 10 to 1. Obvious. I feel like that's the obvious.
Yeah. Definitely.
Even though it gets less interesting. Even though it gets less interesting.
Yeah.
The further up we're gonna go. Should we do?
We could do 1 to. Let's do 1 through 10
because I think that is actually more interesting.
Top 5 is pretty similar.
Yeah.
So
for
we
me,
should do 1 through because number 1, I feel like we're on the same page. We should be anyway.
If we're on the same page, we should just move on. Like for each one, if we say a number and they're the exact same, we move on.
I mean, we could talk very briefly if we want to.
I don't think there's a point.
Okay, I guess.
I mean, I feel like if you're watching this, you know who these guys are. Like the guys.
If you're watching this, you know how good Justin Jefferson. Like you should know how good.
We don't know yet.
All right. Well, number 1 for you, Brayden.
My number 1 is Justin Jefferson.
My number one is Justin Jefferson.
All right, so we're moving on.
Crazy?
Number 2.
I forgot who my number. Oh no, never mind. I know who my number 2 is.
Who is your number 2?
It's Tyreek Hill.
My number 2 is Tyreek Hill. We can move on.
We can move on.
Your number 3.
Let me get my notes app ready.
Because this.
Now this one is a tiny bit projection.
I put Justin Jefferson down twice.
Did you forget to put Jamar Chase here?
I don't want to tell you.
I got Jamar Chase at 3. If you also have Jamar Chase,
I don't actually. I have CeeDee Lamb at 3.
All right.
And
interesting.
It's just because I think you could argue. I would say it was Tyreek Hill last year for wide receiver 1 in terms of who was the best, but I think CeeDee Lamb is the only other wide receiver that would have competed for that title last year. Yeah. Obviously, Justin Jefferson gets hurt. That's what opens the door for this whole thing. But just seeing what he did.
And Jamar Chase getting hurt as well opens the door, which is another.
It did.
And Joe Burrow getting hurt opens
the door. But at least I saw Justin Jefferson come back, and I have zero. I know Jamar Chase is going to come back and be Jamar. I have zero faith. But also, like, what CeeDee Lamb did do was spectacular.
Yeah. No, I wholeheartedly agree. It's not going to be too long before
In fact, if you take out the first 2 weeks, because I think he was quiet those first 2 weeks. After that, he was probably, if you take out first 2 weeks, he was probably wide receiver 1 for the whole year. That's how great he was. So I have him at 3, and then I have Jamar Chase at 4.
See, I have Jamar Chase at 3 and CeeDee Lamb at 4, so I don't think we can probably move on to number 5.
So for me, 1 through 4, those are the 4 wide receivers that I would say all have the most realistic chance. That is the tier for could be wide receiver 1.
I have one more hat to throw in the ring.
My number 5.
And I say it with pain.
My number 5 is because I just don't believe in this quarterback play. I don't think he's going to have the quarterback play to do this.
My number 5, and I say this with shame, Arthur Juan Brown is my number 5.
Well, my number 5 is Devontae Adams. Because I'm looking at him individually, and that's when I'm holding. And I think that's as high as I can go with him. Those other 4s I think could be wide receiver 1. I don't think Devontae can reach that because I just don't trust the quarterback play. Could always be wrong. You could always see a breakout from the quarterback. I doubt it, but I'm gonna put Devontae Adams at 5.
Yeah, I don't think Aiden O'Connell or Gardner Minshew is gonna be setting the league on fire next year. With all due respect to both of those guys. For A.J. Brown, for me, again, say this with pain in my heart, but still one of the greatest in the league running at this current moment. He's that dude. He's only been healthy since getting to Philadelphia. He's only gotten better since getting there. Still has an occasional case of the drops. That's really his biggest weakness, his only real weakness. And that's probably, at this point, that's just going to be there. The concentration drops are always going to be an issue for AJ. He's always going to have a couple more than you'd like over the course of a season. But other than that, you really can't ask for more from him. He's also kind of a bitch, I guess, would be the only. Granted, he's a wide receiver. How many wide receivers in the league don't at least have a little bit of diva to him?
I don't think
my number 6 does as well. Yeah, fair enough. My number 6, a little bit of diva to him as well. Brandon Ayuk.
Wow, we got some different lists. I don't hate that being this high, but my number 6, I have Cooper Kupp. I'm just, I got to give the white boy some shine.
That's fair.
And if he could be healthy, we saw him, in my opinion, have the greatest single season from a wide receiver ever, if you include the postseason.
Yeah,
going on to win Super Bowl MVP.
Yep.
If you just look at regular season, I'd give it to Calvin Johnson, but full season, including postseason, I'd give it to Kupp. And it's just, if he can be healthy, he's got Matthew Stafford throwing him the ball. I trust him throwing the ball more than I would more than Jalen Hurts throwing the ball.
That's fair.
And then the reason Devontae Adams might be above both of those is because I saw Devontae Adams be the best wide receiver in football for a stretch, and the only thing that knocked him off was going to a different team with different quarterback play. So, anyways, that's why Cooper Kupp is above A.J. Brown, because I trust the quarterback play, which I am going to factor in a tad bit. But the reason Devontae Adams is still above him, even though he has lesser quarterback play, is because I saw what peak Devontae Adams can be. So I'm going to look at him individually a little more. Anyways, that's the why.
I have Adams at 7, which is slightly based on last year and also slightly projection just because he's getting older. A little bit older.
A.J. Brown is my 7.
Granted, the way Devontae Adams wins isn't he's not like he wins with speed. He's the kind of receiver that will age gracefully. He's not the kind of guy that is going to lose all of his tools. He's still a fantastic player. I'm factoring in quarterback play just a little bit, but I think ultimately there's just too many great wide receivers in the league. It's hard to be like, yep, Devontae Adams is still like top 2 or whatever. You know, not that he can't be. I could like, if you want to argue Devontae Adams top 2, I'm not gonna argue.
Yeah.
Because there's too many good wide receivers. I'm not gonna hold you.
Tons.
You do what you want to do. But to me, he's number 7, and that's only because I just love the guys that 1 through 6. I love Devontae Adams too. I love number 8, 9, and 10 on my list.
Yeah.
I love too many guys.
AJ Brown is my number 7. I don't know. It's just a vibe thing that's holding me back.
NFC East. That's the vibe. He's an Eagle. Let's be honest.
I don't know. I really,
get it. I get it.
I mean, it probably is, but I do just kind of look at that team and I look at AJ Brown and I'm like, how much better are you than Devontae Smith?
I think if Devontae was forced to be a wide receiver 1, he'd still be a great player. But I think AJ's pretty clearly the better player of the 2.
Maybe. But you're number 8.
This is slight projection, but I really do think if this man wasn't suffering from the worst offensive cast any wide receiver has seen in the last decade, we'd be talking about him up there in the top 5. Garrett Wilson.
I almost, 8. You know what? I love this. I almost had him in my 10. I didn't put him there because there's so many good guys, but I completely am behind this pick.
I don't see a realm in which now Aaron Rodgers is going to make a huge difference. I really wish the two-headed monster of Nathaniel Hackett and Todd Downing wasn't still in town. In fact, I saw today Todd Downing was calling plays in the 2-minute drill for OTAs, not Nathaniel, as if it's going to make a fucking difference. Who cares, really? But anywho, I think Aaron Rodgers' fuck you ball to Garrett Wilson is going to be really good next year. They're going to be able to overcome the play calling deficiencies that will happen. They're guaranteed will happen. So
Mike Garrett Williams on the other side helping him out for 3 games.
Yeah. Yep, 3 games worth of Mike Williams will be cool. But I think I'm really excited about Garrett Wilson's future.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. My number 8, I went with the sun god himself. I went with Amon-Ra St. Brown. Nice. I get that, he's not maybe the style of player people like to see that high. But when you just look at production, what he means to an offense that is as good as it is with the Lions offense.
They would be a lot worse off without him.
Yeah, he got paid that bag for a reason. He's really fucking good. I get it. I kind of look at it and I'm like, I don't really even love this, but he does deserve to be this high.
Yeah.
He's great. I got Amon-Ra St. Brown at 8.
I've got Amon-Ra St. Brown at 9, so I'm right with you on this one. Big fan of Amon-Ra St. Brown. Like you said, not the style. He doesn't really play on the outside. He's not the style of receiver, because normally when you think of top 10 receivers, you think of like, who is the boundary winner? Who is the guy that's just out muscling them with the catch point? Who's the speed burner? It's like he's a fine athlete. He's not a burner. He's not, his teammate Jameson Williams. But he just fucking wins. Like, incredible route runner. Knows how to get open, knows how to create space. Like, he wins, he's open, he catches everything. Like, he's that dude. So, yeah, shout out Amon-Ra St. Brown.
My number 9, this is where I have Brandon Ayuk.
Gotcha.
I think if he was in an offense with a team that liked him more, valued him more, he could probably be higher. The highest I could see him going probably would have been at 6. That's probably the highest I could have see him going.
That's where I had him.
Yeah,
6.
yeah. So that's why I totally got it, because I'm like, yeah, no, that's.
I am probably I'm definitely higher than average on Ayuk. I have no shame in it.
I've had him in fantasy. I realized, oh shit, this guy's really fucking good.
It's really fucking good.
Yeah. So and he's the type of receiver you kind of think of more when you're thinking of number 1s. If he gets to an offense that values him more, and I get why the Niners kind of don't. I still think they should pay him, but you're like,
I love Ricky Pearsall, love him to death. I sure hope their plan is not to replace Brandon Ayuk with Ricky Pearsall. The last time a team traded a player and then drafted a successor in the first round, it was the Tennessee Titans drafting Treylon Burks, and I think you should ask John Robinson how that worked out, and also ask him why he's unemployed.
Yeah. But I mean, with the Niners, I doubt their mindset has ever replaced one player. It's like, hey, I
don't think so.
We're several parts.
They're a machine of an offense, anyways. Like Tennessee's offense was AJ Brown and Derrick Henry, and even without AJ Brown, Derrick Henry was not as effective. Like there was a clear cut and dry. Like when AJ Brown is on the field, this offense is so much better type thing, and it was easily more valuable to the offense than even Derrick Henry was. Brandon Ayuk, as valuable as he is not in the same position because George Kittle's still there. CMC is still there. I'll even say Brock Purdy's still there because he is a great facilitator. He is Kyle's golden boy. Deebo Samuel is still there. Like, they have guys. You know, they would survive without Ayuk, but I do think it would make a big difference. But, yeah, anywho, love me some Brandon Ayuk.
You're number 10.
All right.
Here where we go.
This is your projection pick.
Which is the opposite of what my number 10 is. In fact, I would expect, you know what, people have said this about him for a while, so I won't say that, but you're number 10.
I'm going to say, look, shout out to the guys that didn't quite make the cut. I don't want to be
we'll get into.
I don't want to be disrespectful by putting this player above guys like Cooper Kupp, Mike Evans.
Wow, Kupp's on your 10 at all.
DJ Moore, Puka Nacua. Look, Lord forgive me for what I'm about to do. Marvin Harrison Jr.
I almost fucking did the same thing. I was so close to doing that. I'm with you.
With all due respect, I watched Jamar Chase walk into the league and be a top 5 receiver from day one.
Yep.
Marvin Harrison Jr. was just as good of a prospect as Jamar Chase was. I don't see why he's not going to be at least top 10 from day one. Not that he will be for sure, but I believe in the coaching staff in Arizona. I believe
you got a different guy throwing him the ball. That could be a different.
He's got Kyler fucking Murray throwing the ball. People forgot how good Kyler Murray is. They're going to remember real quick when Marvin Harrison Jr. catching passes from him. They're going to remember real fucking quick how good Kyler Murray is. So, I think this is a match made in heaven. I cannot wait to watch Arizona Cardinals football this year. I know you and I have talked about them a ton even before the draft. I cannot wait to watch Arizona Cardinals football this year. Marvin Harrison Jr., top 10 receiver. Book it. It's going to happen. No disrespect to anybody else.
But he could go higher than 10.
He could be top 5 after this fight. It wouldn't shock me. Now, I probably wouldn't place him that high, but I really do think he's going to be top 10 after his rookie year.
I think I agree with that projection-wise, but I was just a little nervous about doing some projections. So
it's hard to say he's better than a lot of guys like Mike Evans, who's been doing it for a decade now.
Which is my number 10. I put Mike Evans at 10. I said, you know what? This guy gets doubted every year. Like, this is the year he goes down. This is the year. And it just hasn't happened yet. Mr. Consistent, Mr. 1,000-yard season, just off of what he's done in his career. I'm going to put Mike Evans at 10. But Garrett Wilson could have been on here. Marvin Harrison Jr. could have been on here. The other guy I was really close to putting on here that we talked a little bit about. My soul wanted to put Tank Dell up here. If that man comes back from injury completely healthy and you let him play all 17 games.
We're going to see.
I pray to God we see.
But, I think he's better than Stephon Diggs. I'll say that much. But,
I agree.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really wanted to put Tank Dell, but I just couldn't. But yeah,
I'm glad you didn't pull the trigger on that one, but I also don't hate where you're going with it there. I'm a believer in Tank Dell. I love Tank Dell. I think we're going to see some good things from that marriage with him and Stroud for a long time.
Do you know what I forgot earlier?
What did you forget?
We're going to do some girl boss affirmations.
We got to do some girl boss affirmations.
Closing out this top 10 list, this is where we'll put it. To me, a bitch is assertive, unapologetic, demanding, intimidating, intelligent, fiercely protective, in control. All very positive attributes. From Margaret Cho.
That shit almost made me horny. Just kidding. But, shout out.
I don't know. I guess I disagree with this one.
A bitch is assertive?
A bitch can be assertive, that's for sure. I don't know. I'm always iffy on taking negative terms and just trying to flip them completely.
I get the thought process there. However, I like when my woman assertive. I'll say that much.
Oh, but no, I definitely like that.
That's where my head went, mind you. But I get the point she's making, and
all the qualities are great. And yeah, because that word gets thrown around to women that don't deserve it, just because they are being who they are and being these things, and they don't deserve that.
Yeah, it's like the default word some guy throws out when he's mad at a woman.
Yeah.
Now, me personally, I use the word bitch indiscriminately. I'll call a man a bitch. Don't matter to me. It's my girlfriend's fault I use the word. I used to not use the word like ever, hardly. And then she says bitch like it's nothing. So now I've started saying bitch like it's nothing, mostly in jest. But now I've sometimes actually if somebody does some shit in traffic I don't like, I'll call them a bitch.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, shit, I just call them
I mean,
a bitch.
I use it like I'll use it for both genders, but
it is a term that's mostly geared towards women.
Of course.
Yeah, it is a gendered word for sure, at least by design.
Yeah. I mean,
so I get it.
I don't use it in that manner, but yes, it is.
The way a lot of men choose to use it. Like I understand.
I've called one woman a bitch like that, and I mean, it didn't make me feel better, but at the same time, she was. I won't say
for me, it was 8th grade. It was the one time I remember actually being like, you don't have to be such a bitch about it. And I was like, look, did I regret saying it after the fact? Yeah, a little bit. Was she also being a bitch? Yes. Yes, she was.
For me, it's like, would I do it again? No. Do I regret it? Also, no. Did they deserve it? Yes.
Open to interpretation, perhaps. But bottom line, what do you call it? It's like the Boondocks when Riley was like, I saw gay, so I said gay. That's an observation. Like, I saw bitch, so I said bitch. So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, that's it for NFL wide receivers. So, are we going to be cutting deep?
I think we're getting deep. We're getting real deep. My cat's laying in his cat tree right now. He's calmed down. The orange has left the body for now. Eepy. Now he's overcome by Eepy.
All right. Starting off with, as always, the icebreaker. Oh, this question. When did this game come out? This question has a different vibe now.
Uh-oh.
If you had your own private island, what would you do there?
I'll tell you what I wouldn't do there.
Tell you who I'm not inviting. Stephen Hawking. His ass ain't coming.
Oh, hell no. Let me tell you.
Any New York brokers?
In fact, anybody whose net worth starts with a B, not inviting. They're not coming.
You're not coming.
Well, no, they were coming. That was the problem.
That was a big issue. But anyways, what are you doing on your
I know exactly what I'm not doing. Now, what I am doing is a much different question. I'm running my own football league, man. Fuck it. I've got my own Jacob Avillion Private Island Football League.
And how old are the players?
JAPIFL.
How old are the players?
Old enough, I assure you. 18 years and older.
Okay, that's all right.
In fact, nobody 17 and under allowed on the island. Let's go with no minors allowed on the island.
That's a good rule.
Yeah, I think that's how I'm gonna do it.
I would probably it's boring, but I would just definitely turn mine into like a getaway house.
Yeah.
My own resort. Like I just
fuck it.
Like what do you think I'm gonna do there?
I gotta ask my girlfriend what she would want to do with a private island, and then I can get back to you on.
Maybe an animal sanctuary could be cool.
Oh, yeah, that'd be awesome.
But yeah, no kids. No kids on my island.
No, hell no.
All right.
I'm making that mistake again.
What's your favorite thing? This is for deep, which isn't deep. What's your favorite thing to do during your time off or the weekend?
Nope, not gonna say that.
I'll be fucking.
But I don't know. I mean, I've been going out a little more lately, and I gotta say it's been nice for the most part. Like just getting out of the house. I also like just chilling with my cat and my girlfriend, or my friend. Like
fucking brag session,
maybe. All right, sorry. Goddamn.
I go out. Oh, I have a girlfriend. Fucking loser.
What?
I jerk off like a real man.
You should be addicted to porn. You shouldn't be having sex.
I make videos in my free time.
I make YouTube videos.
I make videos in my free time.
I don't. Let me tell you something.
I do a good Target run.
Yeah,
Maybe some
those
thrifting.
That's fun too.
Going to a comic store every now and then. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I be making videos most of my free time. Or watching sports. Big sport watcher.
I'm a big sport watcher myself. Big football guy, for sure. Not really much of anything else. I don't really watch a whole lot else. I'm a football guy. I watch March Madness when it's on. But, I'm a football guy.
It's a football man right there.
I'm a football guy. I'm a real football guy. You got Dirk behind you. He's pacing back and forth.
He's finally moving.
He's been moving a lot this video.
But bro's in frame.
Dirk-yo. He's in. Look at him go.
You can kind of see the top of his head. There's a little snout every now and then.
Wait, was that deepest?
What deepest?
Was that the deepest? Was that the third?
No, that was deep. We still have deepest right here. Deeper.
Oh, okay.
Deeper.
Okay, that's right. That's right.
Oh, here we go. This is a good one for the both of us here. What is the most important trait in a friend? Why?
Honesty, because if you're not honest with me, I can't trust you.
Makes sense.
And
Makes sense.
I can't not trust my best friend.
Right.
So, I don't care what it is. Like, I can get over it if you fuck up. Mm-hmm. But if you fuck up and lie to me about it, how am I supposed to trust you if you tell me, in the future that you didn't fuck up? So,
mm-hmm.
Like, just be truthful with me. We can get through some shit together, as long as you're honest. But if you're not honest, that's it. That's really it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would just go with in general, just communication. In terms of what we want, how we're gonna hang out, if we're gonna hang out, what you want from the friendship.
Yeah.
And I guess that would encompass honesty. But
yeah,
that's the most basic thing. Communicate it. Be yourself. Because I don't want to be friends with somebody that's not you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be it. So then, do we want to do wavelength for next?
I'm down.
All right.
I'm down.
So I think I do the guessing.
I
close my eyes
first. Yes, that is how this works.
Okay. All right. I'll close my eyes now.
All right, sir. Ready.
All right. Give me not specific names.
Okay.
But give me a family member.
Little sister.
Did you do 10?
You're gonna ask 4 more questions.
Did this brother do 10?
Do you get to have some fun with this one?
I don't know.
You should ask maybe one more question to be sure if you get to have some fun with this.
Because it'd be so funny if you went on your tirade about how your sister's your favorite family member for her to be 8.
8.
For little sister to be 8.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
cool.
but again, at the same time, I did say maybe you're trying to take a step back out of your personal self, generalize for people. But how quick you were with it, I don't think you're doing that.
It's for me. It's for me.
Give me. Give me a Gen 5 Pokemon.
Superior.
I'm starting to think this is 10.
Nah.
A little part of me is starting to think that this is 10.
Also, Black Kyurem, Zoroark, Zekrom.
All right, brother.
But you know what? Seismitoad, if I'm being honest with you. Leavanny.
Race
Hydreigon,
and or ethnicity.
I
plan. Don't answer that.
I was gonna say, I don't know how badly do you want us to? What do you go? This is going on your channel, by the way. So be careful.
So you better have said fucking white. Give me a sauce.
Man, do I love cane sauce. Now, we're talking general, not like super specific. I'm going with barbecue.
Yeah, we're 10. This is definitely 10.
Yeah. You got 2 questions left.
Give me worst thing you can do on a private island.
A child sex ring would probably be my...
We're looking at like maybe a 5? That was a 5.
I don't know. I could think... I've done worse, person.
There's definitely worse. All right, my final question.
Yeah. Have some fun with this one. Take a wild guess. Or take a wild swing here for...
An attribute about yourself.
Ooh. That's a really good one. I'm gonna ask that next time I think you're doing one.
just really turn this into a therapy session.
What do you really hate about yourself, motherfucker?
My nipples. I'll answer that right now.
I love my nipples.
Good for you, brother.
Love my nipples. Big fan of my nipples. That's not my favorite. I don't really want to go something physical. I don't think I want to.
However you want.
I would say I'm very empathetic. Like, I'm generally pretty understanding of other circumstances. At least I try to be, to the best of my ability. You know, I don't like to pass judgment before I know more. Most of the time is how I'm mostly try to operate. At least on a personal level. You know, I don't. We're all human at the end of the day. Nobody is inherently better than anybody else. So I like to try to treat everybody with the same level of respect. And like, I'm not the type, like, it always pissed me off when somebody the type's like, you gotta earn my respect. Like, who the fuck are you? Who the fuck I don't have to talk to you at all. Actually,
to me, it's just like, okay, respect. Like, who starts it? Because somebody has to start it. If that's how it works.
So it's like who the fuck do you think you are to make you think I have to respect you before you can respect? No. This conversation should begin with mutual respect. And that respect is only ever taken away when there's reason for that respect to be taken away. Yeah. It's something that should be given until it should be taken away. Not something that should be earned. You should respect everybody until you have a reason not to respect them. Because, like, how the fuck would it work otherwise? I'm just supposed to submit to you. I'm supposed to be a little bitch and be like, oh, yes, sir. I love you. Please love me too.
All right,
fuck yourself. I'm not sorry. Anywho, got a little tangent.
Let's see. There. Okay, I threw a wrench.
Top one least favorite type of people are the ones who think the ones who walk around thinking everybody has to earn their respect. Go fuck yourself.
So, see, this throws a wrench in things because your empathy is like a 4. So that kind of throws things around. No, I'm just playing. The answer is 10. Locked in. Put it in.
You got it correct, sir.
Okay.
I can close my eyes now.
All right. I got it. It's shown.
You should have asked me albums so I could have gotten a head start on what I've been on.
Oh, fuck. I'm gonna be passed out in the what we've been on section.
Oh, hey, whatever. You're just not bisexual enough.
Correct. I mean, I'm not.
All right.
No hate, but I'm not.
Toys tied to a franchise, like to a TV show or movie series. You can get specific or general. With this.
Toys tied to a franchise. Give me which Batman movie was that? Not Batman 89, but I think it was the next one. That one's tie-in McDonald's toys.
Interesting. I have no barometer on this whatsoever.
That's the only thing I can think of.
I have no. That's such a specific example that makes me think this has got to be like really low. If that's your example.
That's all I can think.
Dude, are you good? You're so fucked. Like, you went You went so like I was thinking you might have just said like Star Wars just as a no. You went. What's that one movie? That one old Batman movie with the McDonald's Happy Meal tie? What the fuck is wrong with you?
It's all I could think of.
That was perfect. That was perfect because I got no fucking idea.
Cool.
I'm
so
gonna
now
say
you only have 4
low.
questions to get this
Say
to.
somewhere low. Is my first guess. Is that this is because if you're that specific, it's got to be high low because there's no way you're like this lukewarm on like a fucking Happy Meal tie-in for a '90s Batman film.
Yeah, it would have been early 90s, the one I'm thinking about. Because 89 was that first one, so the next one.
Yeah, you gotta be like super passionate about this, either high or low. I'm gonna say low is my guess for right now, but I'm gonna say Star Wars film.
Okay.
That's it.
Episode. It's gonna be one of the episodes. Let's go with episode. I'll do episode 8.
Well, okay. Well, what side of the fence are you on? I'm gonna say you're probably. I think you'd be on the lower end of things for episode 8. I feel like that movie wouldn't resonate with you as much as it would with the people that really like it. I feel like
I've only recently just heard about people liking it.
Okay, so I'm gonna take it that you don't fuck with this at all.
Or you don't know. Maybe I thought I was alone, and now I realize I'm not. You don't know.
No. So since the movie has come out, there's been a very divisive, which was the goal. That's what Rian Johnson said he wanted, which I think was fucking stupid. Don't do that with Star Wars. Do that with your own fucking passion project or whatever. Anywho, even if you didn't tell me that, regardless, I feel like you're on the. You seem to me like you'd be on the half of the people that probably don't fuck with it as much.
You think it's only half? You think it's half and half?
I think maybe you've seen more people talk negatively about it because that's what garners more traction. In terms of like Star Wars.
No,
fans,
cut the bullshit. We're not doing this. Cut the bullshit. Definitely more people fucking hate that movie.
I think
no, there's definitely
that you were on. You've seen anecdotally more people hate on it. It's a pretty even split. I'm telling you.
There's no way that's an even split.
A lot of people actually started liking the movie more as the years went on. The very few people liked it and then started hating it. But quite a few people, myself included, I hated it when it came out. I still think 1/3 of the movie is fucking useless. I think it shouldn't exist. I think it's ridiculous that the Canto Bight shit even made it in.
That's the one. That's the part that I hear get trashed the most.
It does such a bad job at talking about what it wants to talk about. It is so bad at the point that it's making.
I'll concede this.
To serve the story.
I'll concede this. Because usually how I view these movies, I view them within the trilogy they're in.
Yeah.
There's if I am able to remove it being part of a trilogy and viewed it solely as its own movie, maybe I would see it in a better light.
I think that's fair because I think as the middle ground of a Star Wars trilogy, it definitely sticks out kind of weirdly. And I think if you watch the movie in a vacuum, you do feel better about it. And I know I do personally. And
but the thing is, though, I kind of saw it in because it had been however long in between 7 and 8.
Yeah, I suppose, but you're still watching 8 with the expectation like this is setting up 9, and it doesn't really do that effectively. I think so. Which
is why I fucking hate the sequel trilogy. Yeah. Is because of how
as a trilogy, it's bad.
Were.
It's terrible. It is a bad trilogy with I think a terrible finale, a really weird second movie in terms of how it fits, and I generally like The Force Awakens.
I liked it at first, and then it's like you hear some of the complaints, and I'm like, oh, that's valid. I still like it, and then you once you view it with the trilogy, you're like, this.
The Force Awakens is a movie I like less every time I see it. I feel, but generally, like I don't think I'll ever hate it. Yeah, it's just it is watered down A New Hope to a degree. I get that. Anywho, moving on. Bottom line is, you don't like this movie. I don't.
Yeah, I don't. Who knows?
You might just be at 1 because I went 10. I don't know, but I'm thinking anywhere like no higher than 3. Impossible. All right, pizza toppings because I know it's low. I'm curious. Pizza toppings. What do you not fuck with on your pizza?
Pizza toppings? You don't know if it's low or not. We don't know yet.
I know it's low. I know damn well.
We don't know that.
You
But
don't like.
I will be going. Wait, what did you say?
You don't like The Last Jedi.
Oh,
you don't fuck with that movie. I know damn well.
I'm gonna go with mushrooms.
All right. Yeah, this shit's low. Mushrooms is another one. Some people love them. Most people probably don't. See, I'm thinking it's 2 because I feel like if it was 1, your ass would have said anchovies. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm thinking 2 right now, but 1's on the table. That's 3 questions down, right? I think that's 3 questions.
Got 2 more.
All right. Video games you've done a Wii Vault for.
We'll go with Kung Fu Panda.
You were pretty quick to answer that one.
Hold on. Let me pull up my Wii Vaults. Let me see if I can pull these up at all.
There's one that you barely even finished, or didn't even finish. Was that Kung Fu Panda?
No, I finished Kung Fu Panda.
There was one that you didn't finish, or really didn't want to.
Oh, there's more than one I didn't really want to.
Yeah, I think there's one that you flat out gave up and made the video without finishing the game. Either that, or you were really close to it.
I think I almost did that with Spore Hero.
Okay.
Because of a specific part, but that game as a whole is actually good. But there was a specific part that I really almost was like, I can't fucking do this.
Yeah.
But as a whole, I actually did like that one. I'm thinking Kung Fu Panda is gonna have to be my 1 for this one. But let me just scroll. Let me just scroll for a second. Let's see.
Oh, it was you were not having fun with X-Men.
I don't want to give hints. I won't give hints.
You were not having fun with that one.
Let's see, because I've done Spore Hero, I've done Ultimate Alliance 2. Here's Star Wars: The Clone Wars lightsaber duels. I did that. I did Mario Kart Wii.
Mm-hmm.
Here's X-Men Destiny. Here's Wii Play. Here's Star Wars: The Force Unleashed, which I still think is the most viewed Wii Vault.
Deserved.
Yes. Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen. Here's Kung Fu Panda, Bakugan Battle Brawlers, Shattered Dimensions, Edge of Time. Oh, and Web of Shadows.
Mm.
Those are all of the Wii Vaults I've done. Yeah, I'm going to go with Kung Fu Panda. This one makes the most sense for me.
I'm still feeling...
Also, check out all those videos.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Every single one I named.
I'm still feeling a 2. I got 1 question left, I think.
Yeah.
All right. Fuck. Apps on your computer.
Oh, that's a good one, dude. God, you're so fucking hot. That's a good one, dude. It's so good. Apps on my computer.
You can go with apps on your phone if this is if you don't have an app that you feel.
No. I mean, I can scroll on computer here. Give your boy. Let me give my boy. I'm gonna go with. Oh, I guess I have this. It's. I don't know if this is really an app, but it has an app icon. So I'm gonna go with Cortana.
Cortana any good?
I'm gonna go with Cortana. Spider. Got it.
I'm gonna say 2. I'm gonna say
Sure.
2. I'm gonna lie. Fuck. Because I don't think it's 1. I don't think you're quite extreme enough on your answers for it to be 1. I'm gonna say 2. I'm gonna lock that in.
It was 2.
Okay, fantastic.
Let's see.
We got it. We got it.
The ones would have been. I don't know what I would have done for the first question.
For
Zero
toys.
idea.
Yeah. Maybe even just the same one.
Second question was Star Wars movies. I would have gone with episode 9.
Okay, that's fair. That is definitely a worse movie.
Pizza toppings, I probably would have just said anchovies like you had said.
Yeah.
What was the fourth question?
Weevaults.
Oh, Weevault. That would have been X-Men Destiny. That would have been X-Men Destiny. And then, what the fuck was this last question?
Apps on your computer.
Oh, I have no idea for that one either. But
fair enough. So I take it you don't like Cortana very much.
I just don't use. That was my thought process. It was like, what's an app I genuinely never use?
Okay.
And I looked at some other ones that I'm like, I use it on my phone. I looked at the calculator app, the calendar app, the clock app. I was like, those are more mid. I just don't use. I use those apps on my phone, but not my computer.
Yeah. I get it.
But yeah, I think that's it now for Wavelength.
Yeah.
Now it's time for top 3 of the week. Vegetables. This is a healthy, living, promoting podcast.
Yes, sir.
Eat your vegetables.
Eat your vegetables. Cat, look at that. Hi, buddy. Anywho, vegetables. Veggie tails.
Correct.
We got 3 of these bitches each. I think we're not gonna be too far off on this one. Overall, I feel.
I don't know.
Because my picks are all pretty simple.
Mine are too. Anyways, I think we're the same on number 1.
I got an honorable mention.
Okay.
I enjoy the taste of my honorable mention better than number 3, but number 3 is more versatile.
Okay.
So number 4, I'm gonna go with green beans.
Okay.
For honorable mention, green beans. I love green beans. You can season the shit out of them. They taste fantastic. Buttery and seasoning. The problem is sometimes you make green beans taste too good, and then it's not really a health food anymore.
I was about to say I like them in bacon grease.
I was good. Yeah, I was good. Like the problem with green beans, you can make them in bacon grease and leave some of the bacon bits in there.
Yeah.
And then now all of a sudden you're not really eating green beans.
The health is gone.
It and
but
you
it
put
tastes
some
good.
Goya on it. You make it in butter. Like fuck. Okay. Well now this thing is a heart attack waiting. However, it's delicious.
Agreed.
Number 3, a little more versatile, I believe. I'm gonna go with the carrot. Maybe not the greatest thing on its own, but it also introduced me to ranch dressing. Which shout out ranch dressing.
Yeah,
I had Wingstop last night. Lord knows I had me some ranch dressing with the Wingstop.
I'm a blue cheese kind of guy when it comes to wings.
All right, that's guys. It's been a good session. I'm gonna catch y'all later in the next one today.
Don't leave me.
Yeah, I'm definitely a ranch dressing kind of guy, but
I mean, I'm ranch everywhere else.
Well, yeah, but you're not ranch where it matters.
I'm blue cheese where it matters.
Nobody eats blue cheese with anything else besides like salad every once in a while.
I was gonna say I also do incorporate it. I definitely prefer ranch on salad, but I will every now and then incorporate blue cheese instead.
Now, carrots, like I said, the versatility of the carrot is very, very, very welcome. You can throw it in a stew. More often than not, when you're making a turkey, you have carrots chilling in the pan, in the dish around the turkey. Stuff the turkey with it. You can serve them many different ways. You can slice them up. I like shredding them personally. I think they're very easy to season when they're shredded. It's very easy to throw into something else also when they're shredded. Very easy to incorporate in another dish. So, big fan of shredded carrots. Also, and once again, back to not making it a health food anymore. Carrot cake is so fucking good. Also, the most calorically dense cake ever. By the way, if you ever notice, I was at Publix the other day. They sell individual slices of cake. Chocolate cake was about 600 calories. The carrot cake slice, the exact same size, close to 1,100 calories. You wouldn't expect that, probably. But
no,
the carrot cake is very calorically dense for some fucking reason. Now, granted, it goes hard. Love me some carrot cake. So, that's where I'm at with number 3. You're number 3, sir.
My number 3. This is not one you're really going to be eating by itself.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've been known when I'm chopping it up to maybe take a nibble, but some people think it's weird. But my number 3, due to its use in a lot of the foods I do like, I went with the onion. at number 3.
That's where I figured you were going once you said unusual to eat by itself.
Mm-hmm. Onion rings, gas.
Some slap.
I like onion on my burger.
I don't like too many, but I can live with grilled onion. I'm not a big fan, but like as long as it's not like too many, I'm with you.
I want to know it's there.
Okay.
I want to know it's there, and then it's in salsa. I'll put it in guacamole. I like the onion. I'm putting onion at number 3.
All right. That's
You're
fair.
number 2, sir.
Number 2. Another versatile piece. Another one that you can bake with. Now, you're not making cake with this one. You're making bread. Cornbread. Brother, I love corn. I love corn. Big fan of corn. I don't care if it's on the cob, on the knob. I'll slurp it off of you if I got to. I love corn. I love it by itself. I love it in other things. I love it, in bread form. Love corn. Love the taste of corn. I think it's fantastic. I just don't like blowing chunks when corn is involved. That's my only. Or when it comes up the back end and you can see little bits of corn in it. That's not my favorite. Anywho, love me some corn.
I have a complicated relationship with corn.
Do tell.
Have I mentioned it on this podcast before?
You have at some point. I don't know. I don't remember if you have or not.
I think I have to. But my doctor straight up told me not to eat corn. He said, don't do that. Like, because I was having stomach issues, and I know that, your stomach doesn't digest it, but I actually think for me, it is more than that. Like, I might be slightly allergic.
Shit.
But growing up, this explains a lot because I've had stomach issues my whole life. But growing up, my favorite snacks when I got home were either tortilla chips, corn tortilla chips, and some dips, or popcorn. Gotcha. And I had stomach issues my whole life. And now I know, and eventually I found out why. It's because I shouldn't be eating corn, I guess, in any form. But I fucking love those foods. But anyways,
dude, you can't keep a San Antonio man away from tortilla chips his whole life.
You can't.
Ain't no fucking way you can keep that man away from his chips and guac and chips and salsa.
Yeah, but corn did not make my list because
I get it.
It's complicated. But in terms of actually eating,
because you got a weak fucking stomach, you're a bitch. I'm just kidding. I'm not Look, man, if you can't handle it, just say so. If you a bitch, man, just say that. All right.
I still eat it. I just shouldn't.
It's just like you're like those guys. Like my immune system doesn't tolerate milk, but I do.
Yeah.
My tummy don't tolerate corn, but I do.
Yeah. No, exactly. But yeah, my number 2. This is where I went with the carrot.
Mm-hmm.
Because I would go to the carrot ranch dip a lot.
Oh my god, that is such an elite, just like late night snack. Even like, I just kind of want some. All right.
Like growing up,
always.
It was a go-to. Pretty. Like I fucked with it a lot.
I still do it.
Probably went too heavy on the ranch.
Definitely, we all 100%.
Did.
Okay. We're all
but because I was trying to think of vegetables I actually eat like solely just by themselves, and I did grow to like to just eat carrots without the ranch, just by the carrot. So I was trying to think of vegetables that I would enjoy eating just by themselves. Carrot was the only one I could really think of, so I put carrot at number 2.
Mm-hmm.
But our number 1, sir.
Our number 1, our shared number 1. I actually didn't think this was considered a vegetable. I thought it was considered purely a starch, but I guess that wouldn't really make sense. The potato.
Yeah, I mean, what else is gonna go here? Nothing's more versatile.
Washes everything else, man. I'm sorry. Oh my god. In fact, honorable mention again. I fucking love sweet potatoes, man. I fucking love sweet potatoes, and I'll die on this hill. I'll take a baked sweet potato over a baked potato every day. In any other form, for the most part, I'm taking the potato. I generally prefer the potato, but if I'm talking baked potato, give me the sweet potato. Every day, give me the sweet potato.
I definitely would prefer the regular potato baked. Just loading that bitch up.
See, but that's the thing. You can load up a sweet potato, and it's fucking delicious.
I know me. I know I'm gonna want that regular.
I'm just me personally. In terms of the flavor profile of just a potato by itself versus just a sweet potato by itself, when you don't really do a whole lot to it besides bake it, I think the sweet potato tastes better. But I'm going to say the potato family here for number one for me.
Because also you got fries. You got hash browns.
I just ate some.
You got tater tots.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nothing more.
You got mashed taters.
You got vodka.
You mash them up. You got vodka. You can make liquor with this. Granted, you can make liquor with corn, but usually it tastes like shit. Well, with a lot of corn-based liquor tastes like shit. Well, granted, vodka doesn't taste great either for the most part, but it's very easy to hide in good-tasting drinks. So, shout out potatoes for that purpose.
Yeah. I think that's going to be it for this top three. Now it's time for what we've been on. You can go ahead and start, sir, with what you've been on. I don't want to be rude, but...
Don't take up too much time. Okay, I'll try to be quick. Firstly, been watching a little bit of Beyblade. Trying to watch that again.
Been letting it rip.
I'm actually enjoying it more than Yu-Gi-Oh right now, so I think I'm putting a pause on Yu-Gi-Oh and going to watch Beyblade instead. As a show, I find Beyblade a lot more fun. But God, man, I forgot how much I love Jenga as a protagonist. Big Jenga guy over here. Just a fun show. I'm excited to get through it because I like season 2 a lot. And I mean, season 1's still really good, but I'm just excited for it overall. And there was an album came out on Friday. An album by a lady whose music I have been quite fond of in the past. I heard one of her albums on an airplane a couple of years ago, and it's one of my favorite pop albums ever. In fact, it probably was my favorite pop album ever till she came out with Brat. I'm, of course, talking about the new Charlie XCX album. This shit is incredible, and I have been listening to it nonstop the last couple days now, and the deluxe version is fantastic too. There's just 3 extra songs on it, and they are all great. And in general, there's not a song I don't like, and there's several songs that I'm absolutely in love with. More than half the album overall, I feel like I love it to death, and I have no complaints. It's incredible. So I think that's not. And also, Star Wars Acolyte came out last week, and I just watched the 3rd episode today because it came out. I was liking it, and then something happened in this most recent episode. Something really stupid happened in this most recent episode, and as soon as it came out of the character's mouth, I was like, "What the fuck? What the fuck? That's what happened. That's the story here. Like
I feel like that defines a lot of the Disney.
That defines a lot of the Disney era Star Wars shows. Like, oh, this is fine. What the fuck did he just say? But in this instance, it was what the fuck did she just say? And
okay, anger from both genders. You know, I love.
Well, because they no spoilers here, but they mentioned in a previous episode like something that happened during the protagonist's childhood, and then the protagonist's sister said something in this episode when they were.
Just spoil it.
So in this show, the protagonist and the main villain are twins, and they each thought the other had died. When they were 8 years old, and one of them became a Jedi, and then eventually left the Order because she wasn't really fucking with it no more. But her sister kills a Jedi Master, and they think she did it until they realize her sister's still alive. But anywho, what happened was their whole family died because her sister had started a fire. Now, what had happened was they are a coven of witches. There was the lore, their history. They were a coven of witches, and the protagonist, her name is Osha. Osha wasn't really wanting to do the ascension ceremony. She didn't really want to become a witch. May, her sister, did want to become a witch and was not happy that Osha wasn't really wanting to. She was not happy that Osha wanted to do her own thing. And even though at the end of the episode, her mom was like, "Do what you got to do if you want to pull the thread that direction," because that's what their culture calls the Force. They call it the thread because it's like the thread of fate or whatever, and you can pull the thread and determine your own destiny. And so she was like, "If you want to pull the thread that way, that's up to you. You get to determine your destiny. It's not like predetermined for you." So Osha wanted to be a Jedi, and because Osha was going to leave the planet with the 4 Jedi that were there, May said, like, "I won't let you leave." And Osha was like, well, you can't stop me. Like, I'm going to go. And May was like, "I'll kill you." And I'm like, why would she say that? What the fuck? Really? Like, that's stupid. That's stupid. That's really fucking stupid. It wasn't just the delivery, because like it's child actress. Like I'm not gonna expect her delivery to be fucking impeccable. But it was just like that came out of fucking nowhere. And yeah, I was lost. Like, and so what her sister did was set a fire that burned down their entire encampment, killed everybody except the 2 of them and the 4 Jedi that were there. And the Jedi took Osha away, and they thought May died, but she didn't. And that's it. That's the backstory for how everything got started here. And I thought that part of it was really fucking dumb.
Right.
And before that, I was liking the show quite a bit. But anywho, yeah, that's my complaint there. But other than that, that's it. That's what I've been on lately.
Let's see. What have I been on?
Basketball.
I have been on basketball. The Mavs made the finals and are now down 0-2.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not
still waiting for them to show up, but you know,
one man has shown up.
Yeah, he dropped a 30-point triple-double a couple days ago.
Luka's the only one to have shown up. Our second best player has been P.J. Washington, which to beat the Celtics can't happen. Kyrie Irving has yet to hit a 3 this whole series. 0 for 8.
That's not good.
Very not good. Boston's gotten to him. There's some things we can build on. They've had Jason Tatum guarding our centers. Second half of Game 2, we started posting up Jason Tatum with our centers, mainly Daniel Gafford, which could lead to some good things, I think, that hopefully we build upon. But Luka's been great. If Kyrie shows up, I think we'll win tonight. We just need to even the series.
Yeah.
I mean, can't go down 0-3, obviously.
Hell no. That's you're fucked at that point. So you need to win tonight. It's a must-win.
Tonight is a must-win. The other game is probably also still a must-win.
Yeah, you do need to win that one too. But for sure, like you can't. There's a realm. There's a path. If you lose the game after this one, there is no path if you lose this game. Like it's never happened before. It's not gonna start now.
With 77 stepping on the court, I'll never count us out.
All right, fair enough.
I'm never gonna count us out until we are eliminated. I won't count us out as long as 77 is stepping onto that court. But yeah, we'll see what happens tonight. This video will come out after. So
the last time Kyrie was down 3-1 in the finals, he played lights out basketball the next 3 games. So, assuming you do go down 3-1 after.
5 teams have come back from down 0-2 in the finals. Kyrie was on one of those teams, the one that came back 3-1. We're trying to make it 6. Hopefully we do. But what else have I been on? I started playing that Captain America game off stream just so I can get it done to make a Wii Vault on it. Been playing that. It's fine. Spoilers for when the Wii Vault comes out. It's fine.
It's fine.
Final
review.
That's it. I need to catch up on Go Loser Ranger. I think I'm just 1 episode behind. But it's been pretty good. But that's all I've been on. So I think we're done here. So what that means, ladies and gentlemen, next week the episode will be over on Avillion Talks.
Hello.
So go to that channel, subscribe to it, catch every single episode that comes out over there. But that's going to do it for this one. Check out my Spider-Man video coming out this Saturday. I put a lot of work into it. Would appreciate views, likes, and comments, please.
I agree.
But yeah, we're going to end it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, keep gaming.
Peace.